Hello boys and girls, here is my finished video. Well, 95%. I gotta clean it up and do a few little things, but this is my hoop house build. First one I've ever tried. Did everything by myself except put the hoops together. A buddy helped me bow them down and glue them and use PVC glue, and we screwed them together. And you can see up there at the peak, it's 7'10" at the peak, and it's got 1-inch foam pipe insulation over the top of the screws and joints to protect the plastic. This is a 10x12 on a 2x6 frame. It's got 1-inch conduit, 5 ribs attached to the 2x at the top, and it's painted with white latex paint to protect the plastic. And you can see here there's some areas where I couldn't get it just right tight. Stretched it all by myself pretty much, but I'm going to come back with a 1-inch or 2-inch foam pipe insulation and run it up these hoops, and it'll pull this flat. But it's pulled down. There's an inner and outer hip board that goes down to that, and down at the bottom here it's on a 1x, and it's wrapped under. It's not overhand, it's underhand wrapped under there, because if you wrap it overhand, your water's going to come straight down and go in behind your outer board and into your base frame and into the soak your wood, and I didn't want that. So that's how I did it there. And in the front here I've got same idea. I just ran it behind it because I couldn't get it wrapped around the corner without it just being janky. Usually on a build the hooks come to the outside. Mine go to the inside because I wanted this board out here, and I didn't want a gap. If you ran them to the outside, there'd be a gap between the plastic base and the hook, so I wanted it sealed at the ground. I'll paint this some more, but it comes down behind this 1x, and then this furring strip tacks it all the way in. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to take a tornado to tear this thing down. I've got so many screws and nails in it. As you can see, it's pretty sturdy for plastic and conduit. Here's one of my windows here. This is screened here. I screened this off on the back side. Just used lath strips and stapled it real tight, and then came back and covered it and did the same thing on the plastic. And then put my window in here. Got me a hook up here to hold it. And this got it's a little tight there. That'll be one I have to open manually. I'm thinking about putting me a auto opener on it. But there's my door, a header up here, and then you can see there where I had to seam or pleat the plastic to pull it down. And it's not tight, guys, but I'll take it. It sheds water. I sat in it Saturday night, and there's no water coming in. Here's the inside. Little dog over there, he says it's good for camping out in. He's been sleeping in it this evening. There's my conduit. It's 2 10-foot pieces joined together with a 4-way. You can see my foam up there covering the tops. PVC glue and screws in it, and it runs down. And I got to get another bag of 1-inch ties there, hook straps, and strap it, and then it'll really, I don't think it's going anywhere though. And you can see it's braced here and braced in the corners. And then back here I've got the same deal going on. I have to open this window from the outside because I have screened it off, and then I built this. I'm going to mount a box fan up here, run my power, and it'll be vented out. And then on one of the door frames here, I'll have me probably up here at the top or over to one of these sides, have me an oscillating fan. Put my rain barrel in the corner there, or my water barrel. Then have, just a U shape in here. See how it does, guys. I'm been dragging along. Deer seasons or rifle season starts this coming weekend. I haven't bow hunted at all this year, which is a shame, because I've got some gigantic deer right out here behind my back door in these woods behind the house. This is northwestern Georgia metro area, and there's still some big daddies running around, but I haven't gotten in the woods, and it hadn't really bothered me this year. Hobbies change, priorities change, and I've hunted for 25 years probably, and deer will be there when I decide to go back. So I'm gonna get this going and get me some winter crops trying to go. I got a lot of sprouts and everything in the house already, need to get in here. And then I wanted to show you this. This one is for my YouTube buddy Brian PREWITT. He mentioned this to me on a reply. This is gonna be the PREWITT door. This is what I'm gonna call it. I gotta get my hinges here, but as you can see, it'll open out, and then I'll come in here and screen this off too. Have it screened off to keep bugs and vermin out. But that'll be there to vent it even more when it gets hot next year. I mean, shoot, it was 75 in January last year, and that'll be 80 plus in the greenhouse. So Brian, if you want to patent that, go right ahead. I haven't seen it on any other greenhouses, but it just hit me when I was about to just close this in plastic. Just ran me a base or a jam here, and gonna get me some hinges and mount it up, and this thing will be ready to go. So appreciate the idea there on that vent door. That's about it, guys. Getting about dinner time. I'm working on it this evening when I got home, bit by bit. And one thing I was gonna say, I guess people, they invest the money and they buy metal and bend the hooks, because I noticed Sunday in the overhead sun that these things want to wiggle and, you know, bend in the sun. They start to flex, but they're not going anywhere. That's about the best I can build one, guys. I'm no carpenter by trade, but all I had was a hammer, an impact driver, and a drill, read a tape measure and a saw, and put it together. It's taken me a couple weeks. Lost a week because it rained for a week, but it's ready to go with a little bit of painting and cleaning up. I'll have plants in here. The little dog says it's dinner time, so thanks for watching.